Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So today I welcome you to a little bit of an edited battle that actually took by itself nearly 30 minutes in the German Me-264, the American bomber. This battle went a little bit wild, and this is why this battle was not over in like 3 minutes from now on, because there are with me two other Me-264s, and in theory everybody could go for one bombing point, drop one 1-ton bomb, and then everybody drops its remaining 3 1-ton bombs on the main base, and then the battle would be over. There is an XP-38 coming for me, and I heavily confused this guy by not flying in a straight line and doing some very basic evasive actions. And yeah, the greatest pilots in War Thunder can't do anything against this kind of rude tactic to not fly in a straight line and get yourself shot down in a bomber. So I call out that I couldn't drop on the bombing point because American interceptors are effective, but the XP-38, not using any sort of knowledge, it let me align the 20mm with his plane and I get first strike, but I took some damage on the flaps, and that was kind of not really that great. One approach on the bombing point was unsuccessful, and the other Me-264 was also not able to drop it in time because the turning radius is insane. And now I try to get for it with a next bomb here. Yep, there we go. And I wasted one before, so yeah. I now tell my team I dropped, and then I hear the sound of a P-51, and he actually caught me by surprise. I didn't notice him, and now I again align my aircraft with the horizon, and I align his plane with my 20mm to great effect. I don't know what's wrong with American pilots. They have some of the best aircraft in game, and then they do stupid moves like this. But this is not actually the purpose of me making this video. Those are just the nice things that would eventually align with the end scenario that I'll show you in the last few minutes of this video. I hope you will enjoy that. But before that, we align with the main base, and then very skillfully press 2 times the spacebar and hopefully deal great damage to this main base. I hope that the other Me-264 would turn around and that he would drop as well on this, but as it will turn out, a P-63C will go for him and actually shoot him down without him actually noticing the enemy. By the way, I don't know if you have noticed it, but there were 2 black dots on the runway. Yes. So I dropped one right on the middle of the runway and one right at the end of the runway. Both dots started, so I don't really expect too much from it, but that's just how it is. And now the long, boring, dangerous part of going back to the airfield and descending from 5,000 meters and actually landing this behemoth of a plane on those tiny, puny, stupidly short runways of War Thunder. So this is the damage only 2 1-ton bombs would do. Okay, so if all of us would have managed to drop, yeah, this battle would be over by now, and I screwed up one drop as well. Now finally, after circling around the airfield 2-3 times, I finally can actually land this thing and come to a halt. For me personally, it's not the most difficult task in the world because I'm used to this. I think I landed so far everything that has wings within War Thunder, but it's not my speciality to land those things on a carrier. For that we have the Armenian, right? Yeah. So finally I am about to repair, rearm, refuel. The thing is though, I get an air start, and that denies me the option to simply bail out of the battle, and there is an F6F coming in. Yeah, and I spawned directly going into a head-on with this guy. Same tactics apply. I again try my very best. The anti-aircraft batteries are now opening up, and again I confuse this guy so much by not flying in a straight line that he actually doesn't go for me. and he goes for the Bf-109, which is a greater threat to him. I absolutely agree with this, and that guy being stationary on the runway is a safer bet. I wanted to circle in them and actually shield my Bf-109, but a Tau 154 actually goes for him and crashes, but seems to have hit him because he is on fire. And then the F6F kills also the Bf-109, but he's burning, and then an F4U comes out of the blue, quite literally, and yeah, he's set himself up for a perfect boom and zoom run. My aim is here not the best. Again, the muzzle velocity of the 20mm is not the best, but then again, he just doesn't dive under me and makes it easy to just absolutely obliterate his plane. However, he has landed a fatal blow, and as he damages one of my oil systems on engine number 1. God damn it. So now finally we have arrived at the end game scenario, where I am the last player on my team versus the last enemy player, and we both have 3 kills, so we are equal footing, right? But he is actually the guy in the P63C Kingcobra, so he has already proven that he can deal with an Me-264 that's flying in a straight line. The question is if he can actually deal with me. Now, the situation is the following. In the long run, quite literally, I cannot tolerate here the engine damage. I need to return to base, but the process makes me vulnerable. The anti-aircraft batteries are no safe measure against enemy boom and zoomers, as they have proven time and time again. And now I see this guy, thanks to the blind order or blind hunt order that he previously got on me, that I actually successfully fulfilled, and I got 5,000 silver lines for it. By the way, that's just a tenth, or not even a tenth, of the full repair costs of this plane, because Gaijin's balancing program works completely fine, right? Now I know that he is far away, and I drop here the bombs because they make landing a bit more difficult. But he's coming straight for me and he climbs, so he does all the good things. What am I supposed to do? I cannot simply give him the victory because either way I had to either bail out, that cost me 53,000 silver lines, or I land on the runway, but then I have no option to actually effectively, safely bail out because, well, I have an air spawn. Many people consider this always an advantage, but if you are in this kind of situation where you would be, for example, willing to give the enemy the victory because it's not safe going for, or it's not worth it going for the risk of getting shot down in the process of trying to winning. You see, RRB is kind of a bitch. That's just how it is. So what am I supposed to do? I cannot escape this guy, and that the only thing that I can do is circle around my airfield. That looks like a scumbag move, but I intended right at this moment to actually go for a landing. But then, yeah, I reconsidered, and he's too close. He's coming in way too fast, and I would be a sitting duck on the runway, and there is absolutely no guarantee that the AAA on my airfield actually would shoot down this guy at all. And even if it is not guaranteed, they do it fast enough so that the difference in tickets, because we currently have a ticket advantage, would actually lead us to victory. So with all this in mind, I try my best, but now I think to myself, come on, you're better than this. And I'm turning around and I try to again trick this guy into, well, doing something stupid and maybe align himself with the 20mm of my plane. I have proven that I can make them work, and they are effective. They don't need that many hits. But also he doesn't really need that many hits because he is in a designated bomber killer plane with a big old 37mm right in the nose. And that he also has proven beforehand that he knows how to deal with a Me-264. And so yeah, here we go. Let's go into the unknown. I see his dot, and now I plan to go low, so that he cannot do a complete boom and zoom run, because if he would do this and he screws it up, he lands in the ground. And again, I plan to just confuse this guy by not flying in a straight line. This is super effective, by the way. And there he comes. And yeah, now I try to align this guy with my rear gunners. And he is coming in with a lot of speed. It just happens by default that I fly back over my airfield, and he abandons his boom and zoom attack. That already cost him so much energy. And again, my damaged engine prevents me from just, you know, dragging out this fight to the far end of the battlefield or over the main battlefield area, where the AAA is not in my advantage. Anyways, I again turn around, and again I try the same trick again. Again I go low. And let's see how that works. And there he comes. I must be such a tempting target. Low on speed, low on altitude. The firing arcs will not cover this area all that effective. And again I roll around in preparation to then pull up just a little bit. And he comes in, he shoots, he misses, and he rams himself into the ground. Well, that's one way to throw the game, I guess. Allied pilots. They make it look easy, really. I'm so sorry, but nah, I'm not. But what else would I have been able to do? Pay 50,000 silver lines by default? Nah, not me. So, and that is actually the Mission Maker Award and Last Man Standing. Well, it's been a while since I got that achievement, I have to say. Now let's have a quick look at the post-battle results. 95,000 silver lines and 10,500 modification research point, and also winning a warbond mission, turning engagement, shooting down 3 fighters. Let me just tell you that I did this with this bomber alone. And yeah, also securing first place with 3 kills, 1.73 tons of TNT equivalent dropped on bombing points, and winning the game. And I actually won this game. But what else could I have done in this situation? Give up? Crash by myself? No, I'm bringing the fight to the enemy. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, the video itself took like nearly half an hour, so I hope you don't mind cutting out the boring parts. And while we enjoy here some of the great screenshots, because this plane looks absolutely fantastic, I still think that this plane shouldn't be at this battle rating. It's way too easy to abuse it with competent bomber pilots game after game, and that just robs the enemy team but also my team's fighters of any sort of fun. And imagine you have just activated a booster for RP or civil lines in your fighter and the match is over in like 5 minutes. That's a tragedy of balance once again, and again Gaijin devs prove to not play their own game. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, why not give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, on the waves, and in the skies of War Thunder.